Hello everyone, a very good morning to all. Welcome to Officers Adda 247 YouTube channel. So I hope everyone is good and fine and preparation is going at very right pace. Now exam is very nearby and if I say hardly 15 to 20 days left for your examination. So this is a very right time when you should prepare at very best level. And please maintain the notes as well while watching these videos. Okay. Now this is another session where we are going to discuss some more questions, and based on that we are going to understand some concepts, and whatever the questions we are including in this series of the session, that all are based on previous and memory based questions. Let's start the session now. One update also from our side, that is we are going to start a foundation batch, and that batch is going to start from the 7th February 2022. In this batch you will understand everything from zero to advanced level, and by subscribing this batch you will get the mock test ebook as well as the live lectures. Okay, so this batch is especially for the English medium aspirant, and you can also just use the code Y422 to get maximum discount on this pack. Okay, so now let's start the session with the first question, that is from the accounting standard chapter. So this question is from the accounting standard chapter, and in this question the question is revenue recognition is dealt in accounting standard. In the exam you can get the questions like this, like in some questions you will get accounting standard 9 related to which sector, or say in some questions you will find direct revenue recognition, or say any other sector, and it is dealt in which accounting standard. So this question is about the revenue recognition is dealt in which accounting standard. So the answer is that is accounting standard 9. So accounting standard 9, that is related to revenue recognition, and this standard, or say accounting standard 9, deals with the basis for the recognition of the revenue. Okay, so if I say in the statement of the profit and loss for the enterprises, so accounting standard 9, that is deals with the revenue recognition, and it is the basis for the recognition of the revenue in the statement of the profit and loss of an enterprises, or say of an any business, or say any company. Okay, so profit and loss of any business, profit and loss for any company, or say profit and loss for any organization. Okay, so this accounting standard 9, it is deal with the revenue recognition. I think I hope now it is memorized by the everyone, that is accounting standard 9, and it is deal with the revenue recognition, and it is a basis of the recognition of the revenue in the statement of the profit and loss of a business, or say company, or say organization. Okay, so whenever we prepare a statement of the profit and loss of any company, business, organization, so the revenue recognition, and that is based on the accounting standard 9. Okay, so the standard is concerned with the or say recognition of the revenue, and or say it is arising in the course of the ordinary activities of the enterprises from what are the different ordinary activities of the business, like selling of the goods. So we can say that that is a sale of goods. Okay, so this is a first ordinary activity of any business. Second, that is a rendering of any services. You can also understand by this, that is if I'm talking about any business, or say any company, it is basically provides goods or services. Okay, so if I'm saying that like any business, that is the ordinary activity of the any business, that is selling of the goods, that is rendering of the services. Okay, and another one, that is the use by the others of the business resources, like yielding interest, dividend. Okay, so that's all just known as the ordinary activities of any business, and this is known as the recognition of the revenue. That means the revenue, whatever the revenue that is incurred in any company, Okay, so there are some ordinary activities of any business, that is the selling, that is the selling, or say sale of the goods, and another one, that is the rendering of any kind of the services. Suppose that company just rendering any type of the services, so from that also just a revenue just incurred for any company. So this is also known as rendering any services, or say just the use by the others of the enterprise resources, like yielding interest, dividend, that all just example, or say that's all are the uh, ordinary activities of any business or say company for the recognition of the revenue. Okay, so the main question, that is from the accounting standard. So revenue recognition, that is from the accounting standard 9. Okay, so in accounting standard questions, you will get the questions like this, and sometimes you will also get the questions in the match the followings. Okay, so you just learn all the accounting standards for the examination. Okay, and in my just lectures, I already explained all the accounting standards in a story way. That's for that you just understand every accounting standard in very story way. Okay, so now understand another question. So another question, that is accounting assumes that the business will continue to operate for a long time in future. So this concept is called as, okay, and this is very important concept, and or say this is a very important questions. Okay, so the going concern concept, or say the going concern concept is a fundamental principle of the accounting. If I say about the fundamental principle of business, so the going concern concept is a fundamental principle of any business. Okay, it assumes that during and beyond the next fiscal period, a company will complete its assets, or say its current plans, use its existing assets, and continue to meet its financial obligations. Okay, so this is basically the, if I say accounting assumes that the business will continue to operate for a long time in future. So this concept is called as going concern concept, as well as the entity going concept. Okay, so in this question, the answer that would be both A and B. So the underlying principle, that is also known as a continuity concern concept. It is also known as a continuity concern concept. Okay, so for exam, you always understand what do we just understand by the going concern concept. Okay, and this is very important. If I say that is what is a going concern concept, so in going concern concept, accounting assumes that the business will operate, or say business will continue to operate for a long time in future. Okay, so basically it is assumption like during and beyond the next physical period, during and beyond the next fiscal period, a company will complete its current plans and use its existing assets and continue to meet its financial obligations. Okay, that's also mean that company will not liquidate. Okay, in the future. So that is basically on the business will continue to operate for a long time in future, and the name already itself suggesting that the same thing that is written here. So it is known as a going concern concept, as well as the entity going concept. Okay, which is also known as a continuity concern concept. The entity going concept, going concept, also known as a continuity going concept. Okay, so continuity concern concept. So the answer that would be the both A and B. So this would be the right answer here. Okay, now the next question, and that question is from the foreign exchange arithmetic, and this is a very important question from the exam point of view. So if I say that is if PNB, that is a bank. Okay, that is a bank. So if PNB is quoting the $1, that is equal to the 70.50 and oblique 70.70 in the interbank market, so it implies that. Okay, and the multiple and the multiple choice are given, so you have to just select only one here, or say you can also just select only one option here. So if there is a mention that is there is a quotation available, okay, and $1 that is given here, 70.5 slash 770. Okay, so we know that or say you always have to understand by the way I am telling you. Okay, so look, first thing, whenever you have to consider this type of the quotation in the exam, where buying and selling both are given, you always have to understand with respect to bank. Okay, that means if I'm saying that whenever you just find these type of the questions in the exam, and the question is like this is given. Okay, so if this is given like 70.50 and slash 70, that means it is also can be right 70.50 slash 70.70. Okay, so we always have to assume, or say we always have to understand with respect to bank. Okay, that means we always have to understand that the quotation is given for the bank. Okay, you always have to whenever you find any questions like this, you always have to understand with respect to the bank. Fine, and which is also correct thing. Okay, so but because most of the time you just get confused in the question in the exam paper, so that's why I'm just telling you that you always have to just understand with respect to the bank here. So if the quotation is available like $1, that is equal to the 70.50 slash 70. Okay, so it can also be right as 70.50 and slash 70.70. Okay, so that would be the buying price, that would be the buying price, and that would be the selling price. That means if bank have to buy, so bank would buy at 70.5 and sell at 70.7. Okay, fine, this is, I think this is clear. So after slash how many digits are written, say after slash number of the digits written, the same you have to replace from the right side. Okay, whatever the digits, or say whatever the number of the digits given here, you have to just replace from the right side. Okay, so if we have to just write here like $1, that is given 70.50, so you have to write by this way, that is 70.50 and 70.70. Okay, and the second thing that I told you, that I explained here, that you always have to understand with respect to the bank. So for bank, this would be the buying price and this would be the selling price. This would be buying price and this would be the selling price. Okay, sometimes the question may be opposite of this, like in the question, the question is like customer sold in how many rupees. Okay, so if the question is about like customer is like customer sold in how many rupees, that means for the customer this would be the selling price, for the customer this would be the selling price, and this would be the buying price. Okay, so you do not have to confuse between these terms. So whenever you whenever in the question you will find, let me just repeat this once again. Listen, first you have to do just divide in this way, like 70.50 and 70.70. So we know that if the this quotation is given, so you always have to understand with respect to the bank. So that would be just understand buying price, and this is buying price for the bank, and this is a selling price for the bank. Okay, just opposite of that, if the question is like customer sold in how many, or say customer sold in how many rupees, so you have to just this for the customer this would be the selling price and this would be the buying price. Okay, so if I say for bank 70.50, that would be the buying price, and 70.70, that would be the selling price. Fine. And for customer, that 70.70, that would be the buying price, and 70.50, that would be the selling price. Okay, I hope this concept is now clear. So it if PNB is quoting in the interbank market, it implies that PNB would buy dollars at 70.50 and sell at 70.70. Okay, so the answer, that would be the second. Okay, I hope it is now clear for everyone. Now understand another question, and that is Mr. Abhishek. Mr. Abhishek, who started a business on the 1st January 2018 with a capital of the 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so if Abhishek started a business on 1st January 2018 with a capital of 5 lakh, and on 31st December 2018 his book showed, his book shows total asset and total liabilities, that is 8 lakh 50,000 and 75,000 respectively. So he after that he withdrew 1 lakh 20,000 during the year. So his closing capital and profit would be, this is a very nice question, and you will get in the this question in the exam for the 2 marks. Okay, so now let's understand how we just solve these kind of the questions in the exam. So we know that a balance sheet equation, that is assets that are equal to capital plus liabilities. Fine. We know that that is balance sheet equation, that is assets equal to capital plus liabilities. Okay, so whenever the any business is started, suppose that the business cycle that is for the January to December. Okay, and this is for the one accounting period we are considering according to the question. Okay, so on the 1st January, like he started, or Mr. Abhishek started any business with a capital of the 5 lakhs. So that would be starting capital, you can say that would be starting, or you also say that would be the initial capital. Okay, so you can say that is a starting, or say that is the initial capital, and that is of the 5 lakh rupees. Fine. After that, on the 31st December, okay, his book shows a total assets and total liabilities. That is total assets, that is a 8,50,000 rupees, and a total liabilities, that is 75,000 rupees respectively. So from this, we can just find out the closing capital, isn't it? Look, this is our initial capital, that is 5 lakh rupees, and we have to just find out the closing capital. Okay, so if I say if we have to just find out the closing capital, after all the 31st December, that is the assets and liabilities are given. So we have to just put in this equation assets and liabilities. So if we just write, assets are given 8,50,000 rupees, and that would be equal to the closing capital. Okay, because we are now just finding out capital for the on the 31st December. Okay, so closing capital plus liabilities, that is given 75,000 rupees. So right here, and from this you can just determine closing capital, and that would be 8,50,000 rupees minus 75,000 rupees. So now just solve this, and you will get from here, that is 7,75,000 rupees. Okay, so if I say what will be the closing capital, so closing capital would be 7,75,000 rupees. I hope it is clear for everyone. So just understand once again, look, whenever the question is like any person, or say anyone just started with a business with any capital. Okay, so you always have to understand that would be the starting capital. Okay, so the starting capital that is 5 lakh, and after the on the closing of the first year, or say on the closing of the account for the first year, so when the assets and liabilities are counted, we can also count a closing capital. Okay, or say what the capital just remained for, or say what the capital that is going for the next year. Okay, so that would be our closing capital. So if I have to determine the closing capital, so we know that a balance sheet equation, that is equal to assets equal to capital plus liabilities. Okay, So if we have to just determine the closing capital, so just subtract the liabilities from the asset. So the asset that is given the 8,50,000 rupees and minus 75,000 rupees. So that would be the 7,75,000 rupees. So that would be our closing capital. Now the question is, that is closing capital we determined. Now we have to determine the profit. Okay, and that is a master stroke of this question. And this is a very important question. Now, the thing is, given that is he withdrew 1,20,000 rupees during the year. Just tell me, if the on the 31st December, if the assets are given, liabilities are given, and the capital also you just determine, that is capital, that is 7,75,000 rupees, and and the one information that is also given, that is during the year he withdrew the 1,20,000 rupees. That means if we just add 1,20,000 rupees in this closing capital, so that would be equal to, just calculate this, 8,95,000 rupees. So that would be a total, or say that would be a total capital for the year. So now if we have to calculate the profit here, so we know that our total capital earned during the year, that is 8,95,000 rupees. Okay, because our closing capital, that is 7,75,000 rupees, and during the year we also withdrew 1,20,000 rupees. So the total capital that is earned during the year, that is 8,95,000 rupees. Okay, so now we have to calculate the profit. That means if we just subtract the 5 lakh rupees with the initial capital, or say if we just subtract initial capital from this capital, so we just get the total profit for the year. So if we just subtract here 5 lakh rupees, so that would be equal to the 3,95,000 rupees, and that's how we solve the these type of the questions. So the answer that would be here, the closing capital, that is 7,75,000 rupees, while profit, that is 3,95,000 rupees. Okay, so this is how we solved these kind of the questions in the exam. I hope it is now clear for everyone. Okay, that's all for this session. I hope this lecture would be very useful for you. And if you're liking our content, do not forget to hit the like button on this video. So prepare very best for the exam. And if you have not downloaded the Adda 247 application, just download this and subscribe the Officers Adda 247 YouTube channel, so that you can get the notifications of the live lectures, as well as the notifications of the important news that is related to your examination. Okay, thanks for watching me here, and thanks for joining me here. Just like this video if you are just liking our content, and share this video to your friends as well. Okay.